My favourite highlight of last year was winning the league, basically. We said we had to be promoted and we were, and that was all it was about. Obviously we had to bring the juniors through and they contributed massively. But the bottom line for the club was we had to get the seconds close to the first. And so regardless of individual highlights from anybody, it was just as a team we knew we had a job to do, and I think it was quite professional from everybody in the end. You always like to think that, don't you? But realistically, I thought we'd struggle against Duffield and Heanor. I didn't realise how good we actually were. I suppose I didn't realise how good our bowling lineup was week after week after week. And when called upon, the batsmen, we never ever looked in trouble at all season. And but no, from the beginning, you always hope, but you never believe that's going to happen. Um, I think the fact that when I took over, I was told we only had one batsman. Um, what surprised me was how good Deck was, how good Pete Brooks was, how good Nobby was still. Nobby still contributed. Finn. So the batsmen who I didn't realise were good enough actually were. So from what I thought we were going to rely on Wheatos, basically, we didn't have to rely on one person at all, as was seen when he wasn't there. Bowling lineups, I suppose I was quite well. The two juniors actually, batting and bowling, George and Oliver were the two nice surprises. That George came through about halfway through the season and Oliver right at the end, and I hadn't expected that, so I was really pleased. There were two extras, if you like. I think they all have different abilities and different attributes. I think that Louis had a point to prove to himself and to everybody else coming down from the ones, and I think from day one he was brilliant. Cannot fault Louis at all. Thomas was too good to start the season, I think, and obviously went into the ones probably a little bit too early, but gave him some experience. Came back and has done really, really well. James did what I asked him to do and got the wickets I asked him to get, and looks like, I think we all agree that he may well become a bit of a batting all-rounder rather than the bowling all-rounder maybe. But again, very pleasing from all three of them that they gave me and MJ, an easy